Hello there, it's another beautiful day and it's always a pleasure to bring you everything in your world of showbiz. Today I actually have some good news, you know. When good news comes, we definitely want to share with you, and definitely I'll bring you some update from the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. There's some new renovations, some beautiful stuff there. My colleague Ivy was there. I'll bring you an update on that. Now, a Hollywood filmmaker is also not happy with Ghana government. I'll give you details on that as well. And if you're a big fan of Tom Cruise, get ready because Mission Impossible is cooking, if not even done cooking. I'll bring you some updates on that as well. My name is Doreen Avio and the show is Let's Talk Showbiz. Now, if you're just joining me, this is Let's Talk Showbiz, and we're starting with something beautiful that obviously a lot of people, I believe, have been looking forward to when it is finally here. Well, the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park has been renovated. It went off, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere last year, and it's literally done. Everything is set. Oh my goodness, the place is beautiful. From pictures to videos to people who were there to actually have a view of it. The reportage is simply amazing. So you can tell your friends, you can tell students, schools and everybody that it is open now so they can actually go and learn some history at the Memorial Park. As usual, my colleague Ivy was there and he had the opportunity to speak to some amazing people who some way, somehow were happy about the project.
Some part with the idea strong in free talk. Abo, Fiha. It was such a form of a dear and then if you are to hope on this one bed, that's one, and it was. And as I say, Mamma going to do fancy, which they say, Anna, you flew Kruма dear, Yenina, Pabako. May everybody who enters this space realize that though that sword might have been cut short, the warrior himself points the way forward. And so, forward we shall go, and we shall not relent. A good matter is short. Simply, I'm a forebear of one who was and called for cultural diversity. And so on that night, he wore these smocks smithed with fire, but with very simple words, and declared that we are free. It simply meant your Sajif, called from the north. And so today, one who holds the gate is another one from the place where Sajif found the confidence to say, at long last, you know the rest. It is history.
We have choices and options, and we must do whatever we can to give them the best possible experience while they are in Ghana. It is equally important to spread the December NTH activities across the country so that all regions and communities benefit from the tourism dividends.
Kojo, congratulations on this redevelopment of the park.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But I believe the bigger congratulations would go to His Excellency the President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the dynamic Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Honorable Dr. Mohamed Awal.
Well, a lot of money has been sunk into this. Now, after this, it will have to do with the maintenance, because I know that it is going to be a tourist attraction. What agency is going to be handling this, and what measures have been put in place for the maintenance? Because our maintenance culture in this country is not so good one.
Thank you, my brother. As you have said, a lot of money has gone into the redevelopment of this park. If you look at the infrastructure that existed, which had run down 30 years, no maintenance, nothing had been done, and it ran down completely. We have added today the new museum, as we have seen. We have added the new receptive facility. We have added the water fountain that was dead with colors at night that will make it very beautiful for people to come in. We have added indeed the presidential library, the restaurant, the art shops and everything else. It cannot be left to rot. So as part of the process of design, we developed a project management manual as part of the project design, so that becomes the Bible, as it were, for the management of the facility, which includes the commercial management and financial management, or financial success or health of the facility itself.
Built, and he actually commissioned this thing. I mean, today you're seeing a revamp by His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. What do you make of it in the first place?
I think this is befitting. When you talk about governance, there's continuity, and I think it's befitting that this was actually built by the former president, Jerry John Rawlings, yes, my father, and in honor of the first president of our republic. And it was actually quite run down, and it's really, really encouraging to see that the current president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has actually added to it. That is what we expect when it comes to governance in this country. There should be continuity. If a project has started and it's meant to be continued, it should be continued. But I think importantly at this point, what we need to do is ensure that the culture of maintenance comes to find its place here. Because we can build all the beautiful edifices that we want to in honor of all the people who have, fought for our independence and everything else. But if we can't inculcate a culture of maintenance, then we are looking at wasting a lot of money after we have established and built things. So I think from this point on, one of the most important things to do is to ensure that it's maintained properly.
Family play any part in this being built, especially the library being furnished?
They consulted us, so the library was our idea, because it's something we've been working at, trying to realize for some years now, and we have not ended our discussions. We will have an input, because a leader, Pan-African leader of the stature and influence of Kwame Nkrumah must have a presidential library. So this is just a start. It doesn't matter if it looks small or it's not, what we would want it to be really, but it's a start, and every small step is in the right direction. I'm very happy and satisfied that we have reached this point.
Yes, a congratulatory thing, the wonderful thing that the government has done. In your position, what you represent, how do you see this as a GDP earner for the tourism?
Tourism has accelerated to be one of the fastest growing sectors of our economy. Ghana is endowed with significant tourism assets, ecotourism, cultural tourism, political tourism, and historical tourism. Apart from that, the fact that we are a tropical rainforest country with quite a number of very interesting parks. There are 16 natural parks in this country, which themselves are very attractive to, because they harbor very unique flora and fauna. But this particular development here resonates quite importantly to our history and connects to our future, because as you know, Ghana, I keep saying Ghana is in the center of the world, but much more so, not just the black star of Africa, but the shining star of Africa.
Right, so that's it on the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. So as I said, it is now time for you to go out there, learn your history, get to know more about Kwame Nkrumah, his first car he drove, you know, a whole lot of things there. And so the tourists outside the country too, now that you've heard, come. Now we're moving away from that straight to Angela White, who is a Hollywood filmmaker. There was a summit and she said quite some interesting things that has caught the attention of a lot of us in the industry. She seemed to have she seemed to have a problem with the Ghana government. That's our government. Now, mind you, she shot a film here before, but it looks like her second coming is not really looking good for her, as she believes that maybe government is not putting enough support when it comes to whatever she wants to do here in Ghana. Well, she's been explaining more the details why she's not happy with our government.
We dealt with the president, we dealt with everybody who's in charge last year. We had dealt with every aspect of government last year and trying to get support for my country, my company being American, coming in, bringing in tons of business. Our crew was over 120 people. Our cast was over 50 people. We had hotels, Airbnbs, everything. I brought a lot of revenue to Ghana, and the reason why my next project will probably be South Africa is because I got nowhere with the Ghanaian government. It really became a battle, and so I'm happy to see Idris take this fight, because if they don't start getting country credits, everybody's familiar with like tax credits, country credits, the work's gonna go to South Africa. Because when other countries come in, we need help in the form of housing, we need a form of discounts for rentals, everything, transportation. We need the country to work with us. And this became a really big battle that Chris and I were on the front lines with. And for me to go back to Ghana, that conversation has to happen again. Because you gotta think, in America, we're spending millions of dollars, okay? And even if we go to Ghana, we're still spending a decent amount of money still. So we still wanna get something for our money. Even in this country, if I shoot in Louisiana, I'm getting 45% back for shooting there, okay? If I go to Georgia, I'm getting 30% for shooting back there. I can't go to a place and not get money back. That's the incentive for us to go there, because it costs a lot of money for me to bring Americans to shoot in Ghana. So the costs aren't expensive. It's the travel that kills us. So we're really on the front lines. I'm so happy Idris is taking the fight right to the president, because that's what has to happen.
All right, so that was Angela White. Now we're moving straight to Kewa and Lasmid. So I know for a lot of people, the day Kewa actually put it out there that he does not work with Lasmid anymore, it was quite shocking to a lot of you, but he just gave us brief or something and said that at the right time, he will actually give us more details on that. And that time is now. He was on Prime Morning and he's been sharing what ensued between himself and Lasmid and how Lasmid is not working with him anymore. Take a listen.
But somebody like Lasmid, after investing, wishing to take him to the next level, if I begin to talk about what the investment is, you would know that we really went deep, had a conversation with him, and then we had to move to our next level. Then suddenly, the conversation we had, we sealed. It was not written, but it was sealed with understanding, both of us, with evidence. Suddenly, the narrative changes, because now he's become big and he's been influenced by seeing people in our circle, you know.
Really?
Yeah, and so he decides that, listen, there's back and forth.
So his contract wasn't...
Well, you see, it's deeper. There was nothing like even a contract in the first place.
Oh.
We did 1 year. 1 year was over. Now we had to continue. What MTN gave him to me for 1 year, okay, let me break down. MTN gave Lasmid to me for 1 year with 40,000 Ghana cedis to produce 2 songs, 2 videos, promote 2 songs, 2 videos. Outrageous.
With 40,000
cedis. Out. They know that every song we release, outrageous. I put in all.
Yeah.
After a year, now his time is over, and the most just why sad, because it's over.
Yeah.
Now, he wants to stay. I also want him to stay. But the young chaps in the industry feel that, listen, your focus is on this boy. He's no more a part of the label.
Yeah.
And your focus is on him. And I'm not only the person, handling the label also. So I personally called him with some people. I said, listen, I still believe in you, still believe in what you can do. Let's do this. Let's agree. I'll put in every effort to push you to where you ought to get to. Because the boys are always complaining, because Drew will come and tell you, listen, you are using our money to push this guy. Everybody was saying it. So I said, okay, let's push you to where at least we have a hit song. Then the conversation will be different. Yeah. So once we're signing you on the label proper, nobody will say anything. Yeah. He agreed. We were all happy. And then we start the journey. All right? Moving on, first song, second, third song.